Pride may crown a man for a moment, but wisdom is the lamp that shines for generations. My beloved ones, when arrogance blinds the eyes of kings, truth sometimes flows from the lips of a child. If these words touch your heart, share them as light in the darkness. Take a vow today to live with mercy, with forgiveness, and with compassion, for the seeds you plant in kindness will one day grow into trees of eternal life. Now, listen to this story. Long ago, in a land surrounded by rivers and mountains, there lived a king who was known for his wealth but mocked for his arrogance. He was clever in worldly matters, but foolish in heart. He believed that wisdom belonged only to those who wore crowns, and that the common people were made only to obey. This king built golden halls, gathered jewels, and filled his courts with men who praised him. Yet in all his glory, he lacked true counsel, for his ministers feared him, and none dared speak the truth. One day, the king made a decree. Let there be a great feast, and let all in my kingdom come before me, so that they may witness my greatness. The town square was filled with thousands. Musicians played, dancers performed, and the king sat high upon his throne of ivory. As the people bowed, the king asked in his pride, "Tell me, who among you can declare me the wisest of all kings?" The crowd shouted praises, for fear of punishment, but among them was a young boy, no more than 12 years old, his clothes worn, his face simple, yet his eyes bright with courage. The boy stepped forward and said, "My lord, you are wealthy, you are powerful, but wisdom I have not yet seen in you." The square grew silent as thunder. The ministers gasped, the guards reached for their swords, but the boy did not tremble. The king laughed bitterly. "You dare question me, child? Very well, tomorrow you shall stand before me in my palace. If you cannot prove your words, you shall be punished before all." The crowd murmured in fear. Some pitied the boy, others praised his bravery. That night, whispers spread through the kingdom. Who was this child, and what wisdom could he have? Tomorrow, before the throne of the proud king, the boy would speak words that no crown could silence. And in the next part, I will reveal what he said. The next morning, the boy was brought into the palace. The king sat upon his throne, dressed in gold and silk, his eyes filled with mockery. "Now, boy," the king said, "if you claim I am not wise, show us your wisdom. Answer my questions, and let the people judge." The boy bowed respectfully. "My lord, ask what you will." The king smirked. "Tell me, what is greater than gold, stronger than steel, and more lasting than my throne?" The boy looked around the hall and answered, "Truth, my king. Gold may vanish, steel may break, thrones may crumble, but truth endures beyond the grave." The court gasped. The king's smile faded, but he pressed further. "Then tell me, boy, who is richer, the king who owns all treasures, or the beggar who owns nothing?" The boy's voice rang clear. "The beggar who sleeps with peace in his heart is richer than the king who cannot close his eyes at night. For wealth without peace is a burden, not a blessing." The ministers began to whisper. Some nodded in agreement. The king grew restless, but he asked again, "And who is greater, the man who commands armies, or the child who cannot lift a sword?" The boy raised his head. "The child who speaks the truth is greater, for an army may conquer cities, but a single word of truth can conquer the heart of a king." The hall fell into silence. The king trembled, for never before had anyone dared speak to him so. At last, the boy said, "My lord, wisdom is not measured by crowns or armies, but by humility. The wise listen, the proud only speak. Choose which king you wish to be." Tears welled in the eyes of the people. Even the ministers lowered their heads. The king himself, shaken to the core, rose from his throne. For the first time, he saw his foolishness. He stepped down, placed his hand upon the boy's shoulder, and said, "Today, I have learned. A child without a crown has shown me what no kingdom could buy." From that day onward, the king ruled with humility, and the boy was remembered in songs as the child whose wisdom lit the throne. My beloved ones, do not despise the voice of the small, nor the words of the humble, for the spirit of wisdom chooses whom he will. Sometimes the child, sometimes the beggar, sometimes the stranger you overlook. The crown upon your head, the gold in your hand, the pride in your heart, These will fade, but truth, humility, and love will shine forever. So live with faith, walk with courage, and let kindness be the scepter in your hand. And now I ask you, go forth and share this light. Be lamps in the darkness, be voices of wisdom in a world of noise. And remember, even a child's word, spoken in truth, can shake the throne of kings.